can't hear you. You got to unmute. You got to unmute.
I forgot. I apologize.
That's okay. There you go.
There we go. No matter how many times we do this, we still make those slight missteps, right? I wanted to say thank you so much, Jagdeep, again, for this wonderful opportunity to be part of Mediation Steadfast in Perth, Australia. This has been a truly wonderful opportunity to get to know you and to be part of this wonderful international community of people all over. I've met some wonderful people and have learned so much through the past programs. You know, when we think about hope, like you said, Jagdeep, it is a core emotion that we have. We all have expectations, anticipations. We want to know that there's a better future out there for us. And when we think about the Zest for Life, I want to share with you a technique that I somehow uncovered along my life of being a coach, a counselor, a therapist, a mediator, and that, like many of you, you probably have people who come to you oftentimes in a time of need. And so one thing I do to help focus them is to say, what are 3 words or phrases that sort of capture where you're coming from? What is it that drives you to take action now? And oftentimes the words are filled with despair, frustration, negativity, and that's why they've chosen to take action now. They don't know how to get out of their own way, so to speak. And then I ask them to identify 3 words or phrases that capture where they are right now. Because they've decided to make some choices. They are inspired with some hope or optimism. They know that they need guidance from people like you, from people like me, in how to get out of whatever despair they're in. And usually you'll see a shift then, the words move from a more negative standpoint into maybe a more neutral or positive standpoint. But then I ask, what are 3 words or phrases that capture where you want to go in the future? And usually those words for the future emphasize hope, a zest for life, how they want to really truly live their lives. And so this is a very simple construct that can help people focus on what is sort of factually going on, what is emotionally going on, but also shifts their mindset about where they've come from, where they are now, and where they might want to be in the future. And I have found that time and time again, that's a really powerful mechanism, because then whenever you're confronted with, okay, what am I going to do? How do I feel about the situation? So the question to ask yourself then is to say, is what I'm about to do or decide or take action towards helping me move towards the future? Or is it simply keeping me stuck in the past? Sometimes we are our own biggest obstacles. Would you agree? We can get in our own way. I oftentimes say, imagine where I could be if I just got out of my own way. And so I put that question out to my clients as well, as far as how is your thinking, how is your perception of life actually interfering with your ability to move forward? And in that regard, then it really helps open up that mindset. It helps them think about how they can redirect the steps they're taking to move forward in life. Particularly as mediators, people come to us. They're already in impasse. They're already unable to figure out how to solve their challenges, their problems, or whatever conflict that they're facing. And so they need guidance from people like us to then redirect, reshape, rethink. So I like to borrow on the words of Dr. Wayne Dyer, a psychologist like I am, who really took a very important look at life and made his life work. And he said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so it's like, what does that really mean? So it is, as I like to borrow from another colleague of mine, Gabriel Hartley, a divorce mediator, attorney from the East Coast here in the United States. It's so important to step back before we step forward. And when we step back and say, what's going on in the big picture of life? How important is whatever matter I am, I'm faced with, that is so challenging, confronting, puzzling, confusing, conflicting? And how do I want to move forward in the future? And so stepping back, reflecting, and then stepping back forward. And just taking that pause in how we look at things can be so powerfully impactful. So I have another little technique that I use, what I call the 3 Bs. So be in the moment. Recognize what's going on for you. Am I feeling confused? Am I feeling anxious? Am I, not feeling a sense of hope or zest for life? Take a few deep breaths, because after all, we all breathe, right? Would you agree? We all breathe. That's how we live. But oftentimes we don't breathe in ways that actually help us. And so that's where deep breathing comes into play. It's shifting our mechanism for breathing. And by taking 3 or 4 deep breaths, it actually gives us an opportunity to redirect our thinking in our brain, moving from the emotional brain into the cognitive brain. And then by doing that a couple of different times, I like to say, do 3 or 4 deep breaths, and then do 3 or more deep breaths, and then say, how do I want to show up on the other side? How do I want to show up? How is my presence impacting what's happening? And then we have a vision. We visualize. It takes us to a different part of the brain to say, okay, I want to come out of this, let's say, calm, collected, on top of things, hopeful, a zest for life. Because then now we can infuse ourselves with encouragement and positivity and enlightenment in ways that we may not have experienced before. And so it's powerful. Very simple techniques, but it's all about redirecting our brain. And so that's where, we can get back in touch with hope, that zest for life, and how we move forward differently. And so I know I get a lot of encouragement every day. Well, in fact, I just had a family situation develop in the last couple of days. My sister-in-law lost her vision due to a retina issue. And she's only like 55. And it's like, oh my gosh, what a change in life that has brought to her and my nephews. My brother has passed away 10 years back. And so we're grappling with that now. But I talked to my own kids and just said, every day, it's so important that we wake up with a sense of gratitude, with a sense of hope of how we live our lives, and be appreciative of what we have in front of us. And certainly, heck, we all know, right, what a challenge this last year and a half has been worldwide. And so it is a matter of redirecting, regrouping, rethinking, and redirecting how we show up. And so with that, I want to inspire you all with courage, hope, enthusiasm to think about, what difference can you make in your day ahead? And how you can bring that to your clients, wherever they might be. So I want to thank you all for the opportunity to open up today's program. And with hope, enthusiasm, encouragement, and conviction that we all make a difference, and we can help others make a difference as well.
Mediation Steadfast, based in Perth, Western Australia. We provide mediation services for employment issues to prevent expensive litigation in matters related to employee and industrial relations. We are dedicated to becoming a leader in mediation by encouraging solution-focused conversation for setting up a respectful and positive work culture. For more information on our facilitative mediation, visit our website mediationsteadfast.com.au. Mediation Steadfast, creating win-win solutions with alternate dispute resolution.